You are listening to the Delay and Pray podcast, episode number 146.
Welcome to the Delay and Pray podcast, where certified Catholic and weight loss coach Beth Bubick teaches you how to permanently lose weight through spiritual fasting. Get ready to gain faith and lose weight through a joyful transformation of both body and soul. Now, your host, Beth, the Catholic fasting coach.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Today, I want to revisit one of my favorite episodes on the angels, especially our guardian angels, St. Michael the Archangel, and of course, the Blessed Mother, who commands the angels, who is amazing. So these heavenly friends are true powerhouses for our fasting journey, and it is the month of September. So it is especially during this month of the angels that we want to remember them. We want to ask our guardian angels to obtain the graces for us to fast, especially in moments of cravings or times when we want to depart from our protocols, right? So I just love this episode and wanted to replay it for you. Remember, Our Lady is Queen of Angels, and by the power of God, she commands them with her humility and her purity. Together with St. Michael, they do form the perfect team to protect us, to strengthen us, and lead us closer to Christ through prayer and fasting. In this replay, I share stories, teachings from the great saints, and my own journey of learning to rely on the angels every single day, and I still do. My hope is that you'll walk away with a deeper love for your guardian angel and a renewed desire to invite them into your fasting, your family life, and even your daily decisions. One day, God willing, we will meet these heavenly companions face to face in eternity, and what a joy that will be. So settle in, open your heart, and let's step into the mystery and power of the angels together. God bless. You want to have St. Michael as your best friend, along with the Blessed Mother. These are the two spiritual powerhouses that will help you fast. Remember, they're not equal. The Blessed Mother is the Queen of Angels. She commands them by the power of God in her extreme humility, but they are the perfect holy team to protect you and help you during your spiritual fasting to gain graces for yourself and, of course, all your loved ones. So I love to think of seeing them at the end of my life and thanking them for their love and intercession in my little life here on earth. It is my absolute dream to see them when I pass from this valley of tears to eternity. And I hope these podcasts will help you feel the same. First of all, please pay attention to feast days. The light of a saint is particularly bright on their feast days. Celebrating feast days with special food and activities geared towards the saint of the day is a really great way to live out our Catholic life. I urge you to begin this week with the holy angels in doing this. After all, God uses guardian angels to care for our needs, and we just can return a little bit of love for them in return. So here's a summary of the guardian angels as taught by the angelic doctor of the church, St. Thomas Aquinas. I found this information at the My Catholic Life website, and I thought it was pretty good. Quote, based upon the Old and New Testaments, the teachings of early church fathers, and the detailed teaching of St. Thomas Aquinas, the church generally accepts that there is a hierarchy of angels consisting of 9 choirs that are further divided into 3 triads. The first triad consists of the seraphim, cherubim, and thrones, and their duty is exclusively the service of God and worshiping Him continuously. The second triad consists of the dominions, virtues, and powers, and these 3 choirs are tasked with the governance of the created universe. Now, the third triad consists of the principalities, the archangels, and the holy angels. And these beings are closest to humanity and act as mediators between God and man. And that's who we're going to concentrate on this podcast. Thus, though St. Thomas defined the guardian angels as the lowest of the choirs of angels, this should only be understood to mean that their direct concern is the care of humanity. Nonetheless, they continually behold the beatific vision, which is the face of God. Regarding the function of the guardian angels, St. Thomas Aquinas gives the most detail. As mentioned, he teaches that every person receives an angel at birth. This means that guardian angels are not tied to baptism, but to human activity in this world, specifically human activity that begins at birth. These angels are not recycled, so to speak, but are assigned to one person and one person alone. And the guardian angels can act upon our senses and imaginations, inspiring us one way or another. Okay, so we want to listen to their inspirations so that we think good thoughts, so we do good things. So I teach this in the Delay and Pray course. They can put ideas before our minds to direct us towards God's will, but they can't control our wills. By working upon our senses, they can cause us to think and feel what is right or wrong and urge us to make the right choices. They act contrary to the fallen angels or the demons who tempt us through false reasoning and our passions regarding sugar, flour, and alcohol, for example. Finally, in heaven, the guardian angel's role of leading us to salvation will be complete. St. Thomas believed that even in heaven, they will have the role of communicating with us and will continue to enlighten us with God's never-ending and deepening truth forever. Unquote. Oh my goodness. So it is worth your time to get to know your guardian angel very closely. Now, guardian angels do not have a gender. They are pure spirit, but in this podcast, I'm going to call my guardian angel him and your guardian angel him, just because that's how I do it. You can do whatever you want, but that's how I do it. But anyway, just do know that they do not have a gender. Okay. So much of my information in this podcast comes from the books written by Connell. She got most of her information from St. Thomas Aquinas and St. Gregory the Great. I have read and highlighted all of Jan's books. She has several. And the specific book that I'm referencing today is one that I have read over and over throughout the years, and it is called Angel Power. And I want to begin with a story of how the Lord led me to this book through my guardian angel, followed by joining a beautiful prayer group because of it, and then eventually meeting and praying with the author Jan herself, who I think is a saint of our times. To begin the story, years ago, I was on the board of Hannah's House, a group home for unwed mothers who choose life for their babies and either adopt them out or decide to keep them and raise them on their own. It's a beautiful concept that takes no money from the government and is fully donor and church supported. I mean, I'm talking a lot of churches and many faiths support these homes in our town. It's incredible what a generous and loving faith community can do when they work together. Well, I was on the board and I was also on the prayer team, meeting on Wednesday mornings by myself to pray with the women in this particular house, listen to their struggles, and ask the Holy Spirit to help each lovely soul. One wintry morning, there were about 6 or 7 women who dragged themselves to the family room. It was required that they attend. There were many rules to live there free of charge. So they came to the Bible study. Some came and they loved it, and some just came and they basically put up with it. So it was all right. It's okay. The living word of God still works either way, right? So Bible study was one of those things that they had to attend on Wednesday mornings. Well, that day I was presenting scripture about angels, and it was Psalm 91:11. For he commands his angels with regard to you, to guard you wherever you go. With their hands they shall support you, lest you strike your foot against a stone. Well, my goal was to let each sweet girl know that they were blessed with a guardian angel to help them and care for them, that they were not alone. Not one of them knew about this except one very pregnant girl. After our session, she told me that she had used abortion as a contraception method, and as a drug addict, she didn't realize she had any other options. She had aborted several babies, and something moved her with this pregnancy to get clean and birth this child. She wanted to know if her guardian angel could have prompted her to amend her life, and she also wanted to know if all her babies that she aborted had a guardian angel as well. I remember that conversation as if it was yesterday, and we had many, many tears together. Well, the answer to both of those questions was undoubtedly yes. Yes, your babies have a guardian angel. She asked me if I had a book about angels, and I told her I did not, but that I would find her one and bring it to her. And that, my friends, started me on an unbelievable journey into my love of angels. I will never forget this beautiful woman and how she helped me on my prayer and fasting journey. And because of her, I can help so many others understand how indispensable the angels are to our very lives. When you work with the poor and disadvantaged, they give you so much more back. She gave me more faith and miracles than I could even imagine, probably 10 podcasts worth of material. But this story is good enough for now. Thank God for her. I will call her my friend from now on. So, to continue this story, I went to my favorite Catholic bookstore because there was no Amazon at the time and asked Sue, who owned the bookstore, if there was a particular book that was not too theological that I could buy for my friend. She sold me Angel Power by Jan Connell. I had never heard of it. I had never heard of Jan. And I went home and I read it from cover to cover over the next few days. I fell in love with it. It was unbelievable. I called Sue and asked her to order 5 more copies for myself and friends. And I gave it to my pregnant friend the next week at the prayer time. I hope it helped her. I've never stopped praying for this woman. And I have to tell you one funny comment that she told me after I gave her the book. And she said, "Are you really Catholic? Because I always thought Catholics were mean." Oh gosh. I probably told her that sometimes we can be mean. We have a lot of rules, but we don't mean to. We mean always to be loving. So at the next board meeting, then I was carrying the book with me and I had it on the table. And one of the other members saw it and she invited me to a prayer group where Jan would Skype in and pray with us. And I was like, what? Seriously? Yes, of course I'm coming to this group. Well, I went to that group, had just a lovely time with these women. And that led me to going to a retreat that Jan gave at Notre Dame. And then she and I ended up praying at the end of the retreat together with her just deeply interceding for my family that day. It was so miraculous, so mysterious, so wonderful. I cannot even relate to you all the miraculous events that have happened for years after that weekend, almost 10 years ago. So let me fill you in about guardian angels and their importance, especially in your fasting that are in the book. You see, angels are most helpful companions when we choose to fast and pray for a higher purpose than our physical cravings and serving our appetites. Fasting is not for the purpose of suffering, but to strengthen ourselves to help others. It is about learning to love God more than a person, place, or thing, especially food and drink. Spiritual fasting lifts your life to the angels who were created to help us. We begin by fasting from food and alcohol, and then what happens is we end up fasting from sinful places, situations, and sensual experience that doesn't serve us. For example, you know those Netflix shows that fling profanity here and there and become repulsive after a while? That's because of fasting and prayer. What about the certain restaurants or bars that entice you to overeat or overdrink? Well, you begin to avoid them. You begin to pray more, work harder, and volunteer more avidly, and your angels show up. You become generous, very generous, and your house becomes more clean and organized. You start to purchase wholesome food and spend way less at the grocery store. This is all because of fasting and prayer and inviting the angels into your life to help you with all of it. Through fasting, our will begins to bend to the breath of God, and it is beautiful. Life just becomes simpler and more peaceful if done with angel power. Angel power comes in many types. The great warrior angels like St. Michael, St. Gabriel, and St. Raphael, the ones that we just celebrated on their feast day, are assigned by God to come to the speedy rescue of all those who pray, trust, and struggle to live a virtuous life. They bring order out of chaos. They have specific jobs assigned by God. Well, last week we already talked about the great St. Michael. So let me give you some tiny tidbits about the other two. St. Raphael is the angel of God's mercy, and he provides consolation, especially for the sick. He has great power to help those who are broken and suffering, so ask him to be at your side. And then there's St. Gabriel, spreading the first pro-life message to the world with the announcement to Mary that she was to conceive and bear Jesus within her womb. While the first job of all the angels is to worship and adore the face of God, they also provide each human life with physical protection and spiritual guidance. Like I told my friend, at the moment of creation inside their mother's womb, each baby is assigned a guardian angel to help care for them and protect them, whether they live a long life or a very short one. This is so comforting to know. Every morning, I send my guardian angel to my little grandchildren's guardian angels to love them and nudge them with loving thoughts from me. This makes me feel very close to them, even though I am miles away. Did you know you can send your guardian angel to other people's guardian angels? Absolutely. And not only for people that you love, like my little grandchildren, but you can also send your guardian angel to another person's guardian angel. If you have a problem in a relationship, or you're going to have a meeting with a boss or a manager and you're not sure of the outcome and you're not sure if it's going to be friendly or not. And so you can send your guardian angel ahead of time to that person's guardian angel to make peace and make sure that the meeting is advantageous to both. So it's just an idea for you, sending your guardian angel to someone else's guardian angel. You can do this with your children, your grandchildren, your husband, and other people. The thing is, your guardian angel must be invited into your thoughts. You must work together. We have the freedom to ask God to allow our guardian angels and all the holy angels to know our thoughts so that they can help us. We know that the demonic angels can nudge our thoughts. We talk about this all the time. So that means that the holy angels can intercede as well and help us even more so. So we need to ask them into our minds to help us think the right thoughts, to make the right choices, as stated before by St. Thomas. They can help us stop making quick decisions that don't serve us, such as binging and overeating. And they can help us to stop worrying about anything except God's will. This is going to give us that peace that I was talking about. God charges them with communicating the truth to us, bringing many blessings our way if only we consider them throughout the day. It's going to take a little practice here. We must consider them all day to successfully fast and pray. And that is something I learned a long time ago. I'm always talking to my guardian angel. Jan says this in her book about the angels and fasting. Those who do not fast cannot fully know God. So there you go. Get to know your guardian angel. Your guardian angel will help you fast. And those who fast fully know God. Well, that's a quote from her book. And that totally makes sense, because when we fast, we empty ourselves, leaving a space that only God can fill. And that's what spiritual hunger does. It makes us close to God. So we want spiritual hunger to crave God before craving sugar. In my Delay and Pray group coaching experience, we talk about this and about saving the last bite of every meal for our guardian angel, which is so important. This is important for many reasons, because number one, it reminds us to think of our guardian angel who is always by our side, helping us in every way. It helps us to talk to him and ask him to obtain the graces for me, to help me eat slowly, to recognize when I'm truly full, and to not overeat or overdrink. Also, I leave that last bite of food and that last sip of alcohol for him in thanksgiving and praise for all that he does for me and for Jesus. And then I say this little prayer that always makes me cry. Sweet guardian angel, ask the high-ranking angels to take this small sacrifice from maximum comfort to God as a gift from me in gratitude for the value of my life. Isn't that beautiful? In gratitude for the value of my life. My life has value, and I need to thank God for that through my holy angel every single day. When you do this, high-ranking angels draw near to collect it and help carry it to God. And then everyone near you receives the blessings and light of these high-ranking angels as they draw near to you. This is in the book. It is absolutely beautiful. There are many studies that say that finishing your plate, even though you're full and way after you've reached satiety, is to create a neural pathway and patterning behavior of overeating. So this is in the natural. I mean, the Lord always has biology, neurology, and theology together in fasting. It all works for the higher good. This just makes sense. As those of us who were told by our parents a long time ago, remember, finish your plate because children are starving in Africa or like some distant country, but finishing your plate when you're full doesn't help them. Maybe we just take less food. Maybe we eat smaller. Maybe we save money by eating less, by buying less, and send the money. Maybe that's a better option. But anyway, regardless of that, some of us have just learned to overeat. So we may have to just break this pattern and create a new neural pathway that has us just eating to enough, looking for that feeling when we are full. So to do this, think about leaving that last bite for your guardian angel to offer to God. Ask your guardian angel to help you eat slowly, putting your fork down between each bite. Eating with those that you love or in silence will also help you concentrate on feeling that satiety signal and stopping when you are full, and then scooting that last bite over to your guardian angel. You can try all of these things. Anything that you do will help, I'm sure. And of course, lastly, eat whole foods. Whole foods have a high satiety score, like broccoli and chicken. It's hard to overeat broccoli or any kind of vegetable and protein. It's a lot easier to overeat dessert or Oreos or something like that. So better food will help you stop. You're just less likely to overeat these things. They are frankly not as yummy as the other foods, such as French fries, but you will get used to offering up those fries for your spiritual purpose. And that why that makes you cry, it's totally worth it. Your guardian angel can help you do these things. So ask him. We need to access the power of the angels. We need to write these things down on cards so that you remember them. That little prayer that I told you about just now, write that down and read that every time you eat. It's amazing. Your guardian angel is here to help you. Just ask him in. It's also said that your marriage has a guardian angel. I'm not sure if it's true, but I believe it. And I know that my marriage has one because I'm so crazy. Man, my husband, Mike, should have left me a long time ago because of all the things that I do, but he's still with me. And I know that our guardian angel is working hard. Other angels are here to help us with marriage too. For instance, Saint Gabriel. When you fast for your husband, ask Saint Gabriel to help. He protects families and marriages, and don't ever forget to fast for your husband, I'm telling you, or your wife, if you are a man. It's amazing what can happen between the two of you. One of the choirs of angels is called dominions, and they are angels of leadership. If asked, they show people the proper way to manage others, the right things to do, and the proper attitudes to acquire in order to be happy. So this is something to think about and look into. This sounds like a great angel to help my husband with our family and his job. You can also ask your guardian angel to access Dominion's power so that your husband has less difficulty making prudent decisions for your family. This is like calling down the spirit of wisdom upon him, which is really important. Combined with the fasting, this can change a lot of things. I just love this. As women, we can ask for this access too. But our husbands were designed by God to be the spiritual heads of the family. So let's pray him into that spot if he's not there. Let's give them all the spiritual firepower we can give them for sure. The angels long to communicate the Holy Spirit of love to us and them every day. We can do this by fasting and praying to the angels while we're by their side. But remember, angels only help us obey God's will. So when we stray from his will, when we cast our foot upon the stone, then we bring suffering upon ourselves. Such is the perfect law of justice. I could go on forever about the angels and how they can help us so much with our prayer and fasting. It does begin with asking God to let them into your thoughts to help you. Our family has done this, and we have felt and seen angels for years. My husband has seen angels in the countryside while bike riding. He's an avid cyclist. My son saw his guardian angel when he was in high school. I have been in near accidents, and the only way that I cleared them was to have been supernaturally moved. There are so many miracles that our family has experienced, and there is no downside to communicating to and loving all the holy angels, especially your guardian angel. So begin this week. I'm going to wrap up this podcast with 2 messages from the book about guardian angels. The first is for us spiritual fasters as we try so hard to delay and pray on this earth. We are trying to please God to help others. So our guardian angel says this, quote, "You are well, my beloved friend. You are God's treasure. Can't you see me now? Ah, you still harbor some fear? It covers lack of faith, lack of trust. Pray for strong faith, for hope. When these virtues join the love in your heart, you will be whole." Unquote. And so we press on. We keep failing our way to success with the intercession of all the holy angels and saints in this battle of spiritual warfare that we are in. And one day when we pass away, we will meet our guardian angel, Saint Michael the Archangel, and the Blessed Mother, and we will hear our guardian angels sing because it's through songs that they communicate. Be at peace, dear precious friend. You have nothing to fear. You belong to God. I shall cradle you in my arms and sing you gentle songs. I shall teach you to play. I will give you toys of such immense beauty that your heart will sing before the Trinity as a clear bell, calling all God's lost children to the throne of God, their Father, for the last time. I shall sing with you. I will love with you. I will die with you. Be at peace, my dear, precious friend. I am always with you. Peace, peace, peace. Unquote. When we die, the path to death is lined with angels. The path is beautiful for those who know their guardian angel well. He will guide you and guard you from the demons who will be there also. Again, reading from the Catholic Life website, quote, as we honor the celestial hosts of the guardian angels, ponder your own angel today. Saint Ignatius of Loyola in the Spiritual Exercises gave us a detailed map for how they communicate with us. Consider reading his wisdom. In heaven, we will enjoy an eternal face-to-face relationship with our angels. That relationship will be perfectly steeped in the love of God, and our union with them will be unbreakable. While on earth, we often pay little attention to our angels, but they are forever attentive to us. Our angels daily communicate to us. Do you listen? Do you hear? Work to discern your angel's actions in your life so that this angelic mission can be better fulfilled. Have confidence that you have a mediator who stands before God and does nothing other than plead on your behalf, continuously working to bring you to eternal salvation. Guardian angel, I love you. Help me to delay and pray for others. Help me to be generous in all that I do and detach from sugar, flour, and alcohol as obstacles to my holiness. Thank you for all that you do. I hope you enjoyed this podcast on the angels. Please share it with your friends if it was inspiring to you so that others will hear the great message of delay and pray and help build this spiritual fasting movement together. Have a great week, my friends. Keep praying and fasting, and I will talk to you next week. May God bless you and keep you always. If you are interested in learning more about spiritual fasting and permanent weight loss, then come join my course, Delay and Pray, a guided course for weight loss through spiritual fasting. You won't go through it alone either. I will be there to coach you every step of the way. This is a group coaching program where you are part of an amazing community of like-minded Catholics who have the same goal as you, to bring about miracles while losing that weight permanently through spiritual fasting. Your purchase includes an online course detailing what spiritual fasting is, how to do it, and all the tools you need to get you the results you're longing for. Head over to my website right now at thecatholicfastingcoach.com and get the details on how to join. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and LinkedIn to always get the latest daily information to help you keep fasting, my friends. Can't wait to see you in there. May God bless you and keep you always.